Can the Vaughan Kings book their ticket to the final where they'll face off against the North York Rangers? Or can the Rebels hang on for one more game and force Game 5? I'm Sammy Brzezowski here at Westwood Arena from the Six Hockey and with Blake Hanlon.
It's always hard to play elimination games, especially when you're the one on the deficit in the series. But you know what? The Rebels, they have someone who can help lead them. That's Gavin Betts. Hopefully he can do that for them tonight. It's going to be really hard to close out any team in an elimination game. But it's even harder when you're facing a team like the Vaughan Kings.
And it will be the Vaughan Kings throwing in Justin Young in between the pipes. Remember, he got the wins in Game 1 and 3. It was Joseph D'Angelo who had the start in Game 2. He was unable to get the win in that one. So the Vaughan Kings go with what's working. Justin Young, number 30, between the pipes, has looked solid as ever, just as Gavin Betts has always looked solid as well. As Karskadin takes it behind the net of Young, he throws it over to Burlock at the post. A battle, and it is Karskadin with it. He throws it towards the net. It hits off D'Alessio and goes back into the corner. D'Alessio now starting the rush for the Vaughan Kings. He gives it over to Diorio. Back to Haig. Haig's shot is stopped and sent into the corner. With it now are the Vaughan Kings and Caleb Malhotra. They're back in their black uniforms today. No more purple for them. It's Diorio behind the net. He gets knocked down by Karskadin and Hobbs. Diorio battling with Karskadin. Going in to help is Alexander Haig. Diorio, he regroups with the puck. He gets possession, throwing it back to Robinson. Robinson's shot from the point is just sent wide off a body. Sending it back into the zone were the Vaughan Kings and Nyman. A bit of a miscommunication on the line change there. Now the Vaughan Kings, they turn back into the zone and try to dump it in. It's stifled at the line, and the Rebels, they break the other way. Kirkland was alone for a bit, had a chance to go on a break, but they did not send him as Balsamo dumps it back down to Kirkland. Kirkland with it in the corner. He's being battled as he throws it up near the point. Balsamo dumps it back down low. Nyman with it behind the net. Nyman, he starts the rush for the Vaughan Kings. Zachary Nyman likes to use his speed as he gets pumped over there by Thomas Kirkland, the Costco guy we've been calling him, because why not?
Yeah, and pumped down just like a Costco pump. Good gas there at Costco. Great deals. Hey, Kirkland's just a Costco guy.
He's just a Costco guy, a glue guy, if you will, keeping the team together. We've seen him get involved in the offense. We'll see if he can get more of a higher efficiency role in this game as Elaine Diorio and Clark come on for the Vaughan Kings. Those three really work well together, are able to move the puck at very high speeds in the offensive zone. As Clark, he intercepts a Rebel pass there. It was a Kolzerowski pass that did not get through because of the stick of TC, Tyler Clark. It's sent around the zone now. Emerton, he throws that one down low to Clark. Clark cutting towards the net. Shot is a great chance for the Vaughan Kings, but it's swallowed up by Gavin Betts.
Yeah, and it's really hard to get to those opportunities for the Vaughan Kings, especially on Gavin Betts. But Gavin Betts always shuts the door, but it's a good spot to get there on the ice there, right in front of Gavin Betts, because that's the only way you're probably going to beat him.
Yeah, you got to get those point-blank opportunities, maybe a rebound chance as Emerton falls down. Now the Rebels book it the other way. Zerwowski, he dumps it in. Jake Power goes out to play. It's Godfrey who gets a piece of it. Zerwowski with it. Once again, he throws it over to Hobbs. Hobbs' shot is stopped by Justin Young, and Elaine breaks the other way. He has the far pass over to Tyler Clark. Tyler Clark cutting towards the middle. Clark, his shot is gloved, and rebound pops out of the glove, but it will be sent down the length of the ice, way back into Justin Young's territory. It'll be an icing, and we'll go back to the Mississauga Rebels' end.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Justin Young getting the start in net tonight for the Vaughan Kings. I like that option. I like that the coach decided, hey, you are our guy. You're the one who has stepped up for us in the biggest moments. D'Angelo, you are not particularly been playing a bad playoffs, but Young has been playing just so much better. He gets the back-to-back starts. I'm sure D'Angelo will get back into the playoffs either next game or if they make it to the finals, it'll be in the finals.
As we get a back-to-back icing call, so it will be sent once again back into the zone of the Rebels. The face-off puck is dropped, and it's Karskadden coming up with it. He battles into the corner, and he's being tied up by Malhotra. Out to help there are the Vaughan Kings forecheckers. It was Alexander Haig getting a piece of it as Karskadden tries to throw that one around. Geldart now with a chance. He throws it over to Delesio. Delesio's shot is just wide as Bilecki tries to get that one up and out of play. Levy, he dumps that one down into the corner. Going to play it is Tully. His pass is intercepted by Jensen Geldart. Geldart getting a bit more time in this game as Bilecki now he tries to take it out of the corner. Fights off against Malhotra. Malhotra, he turns it over to Bilecki. Bilecki with a chance now. He has Colton Woods in front. Colton Woods on the backhand and it rips around over back to Bilecki. Bilecki over to Karskadden. Karskadden, shot, rebound, scores! Colton Wood picks up the rebound off the Alex Karskadden shot, and it is 1-0 Rebels.
It's nice to get the first goal of the game, but you know what was even nicer there, Sammy? That celebration from Colton Woods. We haven't seen his name too much out of the series, the entirety of the Rebels playoff run. So he's really come out of the woods to get a crucial goal for the Rebels in this fourth game of the series.
Could not have come at a better time for him to start exploding in the offensive front as Kruger faces off against Gage Brandon. Brandon wins that one back over to Nyman. And now Brandon, he tries to take it into the zone. He dumps it around. Gavin Betts out to play. We all remember what happened on the third goal of the game. It was Joey Capel who picked up a turnover from Gavin Betts, and he made it 3-0. That was certainly the icing on the cake for the Vaughan Kings. As Chavez has it at the circle, he throws it over to the point. Robinson's shot is gloved by Betts.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it's going to take a better attempt to get by Betts. Of course, he made that little gaffe at the end of the game. But shots from the point and shots from distance aren't really going to beat him unless it's tipped out in front. There was no opportunity to deflect that in front there, so you got to get closer to beat Betts.
They'll have to beat Betts if they want a ticket to the finals, where they will take on the North York Rangers. As we mentioned earlier, they just bested the Toronto Marlboros in that series. It was a Marlboros series that we felt they were not playing to their normal level.
No, absolutely not. It wasn't their best performance, and it's a terrible way to end the season. Just guys like Adam Valentini did not show up. They were just not at their full strength that we saw in their first-round matchup.
That's right, and it will be sent into the corner and sent around. The Junior Canadians also, they went down to the Rebels, so a lot of key talents in this league sent away, but that's how it works. It's a tough grind to the finals, and the Vaughan Kings are just one game away. But the Vaughan Kings nearly let up another one, as it's Burlock who gets a shot there in front on Justin Young. The puck trickled out in front of his crease, but it was Burlock who was unable to get all of it.
Yeah, you know what? That's why Justin Young is in net. He read that like a book and was able to anticipate and jump to the puck there, stopping Burlock, who had a golden opportunity to make it 2-0.
And now the Vaughan Kings will likely need to regroup, reset, and start getting a bit more efficient on defense, as that turnover almost led to another goal and almost led to number 88 potting in one. 68 has scored, and 88 almost got the second. It's Karskadden taking the faceoff for the Rebels. He loses that one to Diorio. Going up the other side now are the Kings. Elaine, he couldn't get a piece of that. Neither could Diorio, and neither could Cole Emerton. That was three guys who skated right by the puck, just tipped over their stick. As going into attack now is Elaine. It's sent around the corner by the Mississauga Rebels. Emerton, he can't keep it in as Colton Woods pressures him. Colton Woods, the goal scorer, dumps it in. It goes over to Burlock. Burlock, he loses that one, but it gets over back to Kirkland. They regroup in their own end. The Mississauga Rebels with it now. It is Matthew Hobbs. Hobbs, he takes it up the bench. Hobbs, he loses it now, and a chance here for Tyler Clark. Clark, cutting towards the middle, tries to find a streaming Diorio. Diorio, he didn't get all of it. So now a chance emerging here for the Rebels. Coming in now is Gaudry. Gaudry, shot saved by Young and tipped around to the corner and out of play. It'll be a face-off inside the zone.
Yeah, a nice opportunity there, but it's just thwarted just in front there. Some unlucky circumstances there.
Some unlucky circumstances indeed. And I believe the refs are having some confusion about where this puck will be as they were discussing, but it will be sent out of the zone here. So it appears it just was out of play off the Rebels and sent back into the zone and into the glove of Justin Young. He elects to cover it, so we'll go back inside the zone where all things belong. We're here at Westwood Arena. The Rebels up 1-0 to the Vaughan Kings. A packed Westwood Arena. They're looking to tie the series up at 2 games apiece, force that pivotal Game 5, but there is tons of hockey left to be played.
Tons of hockey left to be played, and you know what? Justin Young decided to allow to be the timekeeper in that situation and stop the clock and allow for more hockey to be played rather than wasting it and throwing it back to his defenseman behind the net.
As that is thrown into the zone by Chavez. Chavez tries to get it off of Colosimo. Colosimo battling against Malhotra. A backhand now in front. A rebound was thwarted by Gavin Betts. He did a good job at deflecting that one. Zerwoski unable to get possession of the puck in his opposing zone. And so it is McGuckin who dumps that back in for the Rebels. Levy out to play. He throws it over to DeLesio. DeLesio, he's at the logo now, throws it over to Haig. They dump that one into the zone, try to get something started, but there will be a whistle off cam, and it will be a face-off outside the zone.
Yeah, I just missed that. Just there will be an offside for the Vaughan Kings, and they'll have to try to create something up here after the draw.
I think the Vaughan Kings have now settled into the game. It was an early goal from Colton Woods from the stick of Alex Karskadin. He jumped on the rebound, and that gave them the 1-0 lead. But since then, it's been a more controlled game. As now, speak of the devil, Karskadin, he fires a shot off the stick of Zachary Nyman, and it goes out of play, so it'll be a face-off inside the Vaughan Kings zone.
Out of play, but at least the puck stays on the ice, though.
At least it does stay on the ice. So not a lot of time to get the puck back and retrieve it and start a new face-off. Keep the players locked in, as Karskadin has been locked in all series. He goes to take the face-off. It is this time Brandon winning it against Karskadin, so the Vaughan Kings will look to push up the other way. A collision at the blue line. No calls on the play. It looked like it was just a little bit of a slippage, as there is 7-11 left in the period, as a shot there is stopped as it didn't really get through to its fullest potential. Don't think he got all of it there as he missed the net just wide. Thrown back into the Vaughan King zone. In the neutral zone now, bringing it up is Gage Brandon. Brandon cutting towards the middle. He tries to find Robinson. Robinson with it now. Robinson behind the net. He circles around Balsamo. Robinson with it down low. Gage Brandon back over to the point. Nyman, he rips it. That hits off a foot of Elijah Chavez and was not heading towards the net after that. It pumped out to the corner, but now Nyman, he's skating with it. He tries to send a backhand over to Chavez on the other side. Chavez behind the net battling with his teammate Joey Capel. Capel, he receives the puck. It's Capel with it now. Behind the net now. Chavez. He circles around, tries to pop that one up high, but Betts does a good job at hugging the post, cut off the angle. But what a snipe that would have been from Elijah Chavez.
And there was a tiny opening there that I think Chavez saw right before Gavin Betts really covered that far side or that near side of the post there. And he got it just in time, and I don't know if it would have gotten through, but he definitely was trying to pick up that open spot.
You got to credit his ability to not be afraid to go for that shot as Nyman. He takes it in now. Nyman, he rips it around trying to find Robinson, but it was not strong enough of a pass. Now going the other way are the Mississauga Rebels and Tully. Tully, he dumps it in for Zerwoski and McGuckin. Out of his net is Young to play it. The Kings now breaking the other way. And that's dumped in by the Vaughan Kings. Going to play it is Diorio, battled by Tully. The Vaughan Kings have it behind the net. Now comes around to Power. Jake Power rips it, fires, scores! Jake Power over the shoulder of Gavin Betts, and it is 1-1.
After Chavez missed that chance to get it by Betts on the hugging of the post attempt there, it is now Power who does it, and he capitalizes on it. What a goal from the craziest angle that we've seen in a while there, Sammy. We haven't seen a goal from that angle since like Brady Wasselin against the Marlboros and Markham Majors. But you know what? It's Jake Power, not a usual suspect of scoring goals. But you know what? it's still a goal.
Yeah, it's his first goal of the playoffs from Jake Power, number 6, tying it up at 1. Couldn't have found a better time to do so. As Diorio, he throws one on nets, falling down, scores! Alessandro Diorio, he makes it 2-1 after a broken play. Alexander Ovechkin-esque on his back, and he puts it in to take the lead.
A beautiful goal, and Alexander Ovechkin-esque, my apologies. But what's more important is the Vaughan Kings have energy, and they have the lead now. The Rebels came off this game starting with a bang. The Vaughan Kings have now added 2 bangs of their own, and I think they have more momentum than the Rebels have ever had, and they have the lead.
They have the lead, and if it were to stay like this, it would be the Vaughan Kings heading to the GTHL U16 AAA Finals. But there's still 5 minutes left in the period, and 2 periods after that, so way too close to call. It is way too much time to tell where we will be, as Levy, he gets bodied by a couple Rebels there in the neutral zone. So the Rebels, they get it down deep in the Vaughan Kings zone. It's D'Alessio who gets it back as the other 73 throws a hit on the sideboard. So the Rebels, they get possession back in their own zone. It's Balsamo fighting up against Levy near the Rebels bench. And it is Levy who dumped it down for Colosimo in his own end. Colosimo, he sends that across. A long stretch pass hitting off a bunch of things, but it is Gaudry who gets a piece of it. Not Gaudry, that was Kirkland who got a piece of it with the jersey tuck as Zerwoski throws it over to McGuckin. McGuckin, he has Gaudry in front. Save, rebound! Zerwoski couldn't find the twine. Young's falling all over the place, and Malhotra, he dumps it way down the ice to give his Tendy a breather. And what a sequence that was. Zerwoski head up in the sky as he must be shocked he couldn't score.
Justin Young is maybe outperforming Gavin Betts in the last 2 games, Sammy, and that's something I thought I would never say because I'm so sold on Gavin Betts as not just a player, not as a goalie, but as a prospect for the future. He has so much potential, but Justin Young saying, you know what, I have the potential to win this series.
Justin Young certainly carrying the Vaughan Kings right now on that play, especially as it was him sprawling around trying to keep it out of the net. Zerwoski, he couldn't find the back of the net after a beautiful play from him, McGuckin, and Gaudry. Bilecki now, he throws it over to Gaudry. It's kept in by Tully. Tully, he backhands it into the zone. Zerwoski, he keeps it in momentarily, but now the Kings breaking the other way. The Kings have a chance now. Bringing it in is Diorio, and Diorio's shot is stopped. Zerwoski gets the rebound. He sent it over to Gaudry at the blue. Bringing it in now. The Rebels, that is Tully. He dumps it in, and he loses it. Now, Diorio with an opportunity. Alessandro Diorio cutting towards the net. Alessandro Diorio, he just loses control of the puck after a smart stick lift from Gaudry.
Yeah, Gaudry, great back check, way to just get the puck elevated, and his play with his own stick there. And good job stopping Alessandro Diorio from getting his second of the game.
Yeah, it was Evan Gaudry who made a great defensive play as Brandon gets a one-timer there from the point. Shoots it right at the logo, so nothing doing, but a great pass there from Robinson to get the puck across.
Yeah, good job there from Robinson. Robinson, another unsung hero for the Vaughan Kings, someone we don't really talk about enough because he deserves his justice. He is a phenomenal player, and he is able to create opportunities for the Vaughan Kings alongside the blue line there. That's where he generates some with his partner, Zach Nyman.
Yeah, and we've seen the Vaughan Kings, they swap around a lot of their lines, but those two have certainly been strong together. As the Vaughan Kings, they have it in the corner with 3 minutes left to go in the period. The Rebels, they retain possession as it was Colton Woods sending that up. Colton Woods, the goal scorer. It's Karskanen behind the net, and Colton Woods had a backdoor opportunity stopped by Young. I don't think Young even knew where the puck was, but he got a body on it, and what a golden opportunity that was. Once again, it's the Rebels so close to scoring, so close to tying it up at 2, but Justin Young and the defense of the Vaughan Kings getting in the way.
Yeah, dumb luck sometimes appears out of thin air sometimes, and Justin Young, right place, right time, just having your pad there, just blocking Colton Woods from getting his second of the game.
Colton Woods has been generating a heaping ton of offense for the Rebels so far in this one, as he'll look to do so further in this period and further in this game as Edmonton takes it behind the net now, trying to regroup for the Vaughan Kings. The Vaughan Kings have been caught a little bit flat-footed after that goal, so they will look to get something started with this rush. It's the Vaughan Kings bringing it up in the zone now. A shot there is stopped off the stick of Caleb Malhotra. He's not afraid to walk up and rip as he goes after Cameron Tully. Tully, with pressure on him, dumps it down the length of the ice. Edmonton back to play it, but it will be an icing call.
Yeah, an icing indeed. Caleb Malhotra going almost end-to-end there. Some great skating, some great stick work, and a good shot that he got on Betts as well. Caleb Malhotra hasn't been really packing the stat sheet as we really expected in this series thus far, but you know what? He's still showing that he's able to turn it on at any point, and he's just getting unlucky with the puck.
Yeah, and he's just been facilitating, getting a lot of those tertiary assists, but not filling the net as much as you may think, as Nyman does a nice little move to get the shot off, and it's Malhotra falling over, trying to crash the net of Betts and put that one behind him. Him and Betts having a word, and Malhotra, he knocked the net off, so we'll see where the face-off is. It could very well be outside, but it looks like the referees indicate that it was Gavin Betts who knocked it off its pegs. It will be Malhotra once again taking the face-off for the Kings. Malhotra wins that one forward, but not for long, as the Rebels regain possession. They lose it behind the net, however, as it's sent over to the sideboards. D'Alessio, he was hanging up high, so he dropped that back for his partner so they could move on with the play back in their own zone. Haig dumps that in. Haig trailing behind his Vaughan Kings forwards, as with it now is Zerwoski. Zerwoski gets that one up to McGuckin. McGuckin one-on-one with D'Alessio. McGuckin cutting towards the net. Nearly got by D'Alessio, but D'Alessio got the stick across for him to lose possession. A 2-on-1 now forming for the Kings. Bringing it in is number 14, Zachary Nyman. Nyman gets slowed down on the fast break offense. A 2-on-1 thwarted by good transition defense from the Mississauga Rebels. Nyman gets that one across for D'Alessio. Rebound pops out to the other 73. Colosimo. That's Christian Colosimo of the Mississauga Rebels, who dumps it down the ice for an icing. 32.4 here in the first period.
32.4, good job there from Colosimo. I think he could have maybe prevented the icing from happening, but you know what? That juicy rebound maybe put a scare in him, and he just wanted to get the puck out of the zone.
Yeah, likely looking for the line change, as we've probably mentioned before. The GTHL doesn't carry that icing rule, so you can still ice the puck, get a fresh set of legs out there, as it will be a fresh set of legs for both teams. Diorio kicked out of the faceoff. Chavez unable to win it for the Kings, but they get it back anyway. Robinson's shot is blocked from the point, and it's dumped out of the zone by Woods. Now a puck sent behind the net of Betts. Tully will send it around, trying to find Karskadin. Karskadin, with likely the last rush for the Rebels, dumps it in for Woods. Karskadin battling behind the net with Colton Woods. Woods and Robinson going toe-to-toe, battling now. 3 seconds left to go in this period. One more shot opportunity for Bilecki is stopped in the middle, and that will do it for frame number 1. As the puck set to be dropped for what I'm sure will be an eventful second period between the Vaughan Kings and the Mississauga Rebels here in Game 4 of the semifinals. It's the Vaughan Kings who are both up 2-1 in this game, and in this series, they'll look to close out both game and series with the second period set to begin. I mean, it's Zerwoski dumping it into the zone for the Mississauga Rebels, as Tully, he gets a weird piece of that puck, and he keeps it in the zone. A battle on the sideboards, and now a chance here for Malhotra and Haig. Malhotra tries to get that pass over to Haig, but that is blocked by Bilecki. Bilecki sends that one over to McGuckin. Malhotra, he regains possession. Diorio, he rips one, and it just goes wide of the net of Gavin Betts. Levy with it now. Levy behind the net takes the puck. He circles back and backhands that one over to Alexander Haig. Haig to D'Alessio. D'Alessio's shot is just fired wide. Going to play it is Chavez. He sends it over behind the net to Gage Brandon. Brandon, he gets that one over the point. A shot tipped off of Capel, and it goes out of play, hitting the roof of Westwood Arena.
Yeah, hitting the roof in Westwood Arena, but the Vaughan Kings can't raise the roof quite yet. They can't celebrate. They can't book their ticket to the finals on Travago quite yet. They still have 2 more periods to play, so they can't get ahead of themselves, but they're still playing well, and they started this period off with the opportunity to then get to that point to then raise the roof and celebrate.
They'll look to raise the roof as it is Capel facing off against Karskaden, but that's won back by the Rebels and taken out of the zone. It'll go way back into the area of the Vaughan Kings. Behind the net now with it is Burlock. He tried to find a streaming Karskaden as Gordon has it at the point. Gordon, that shot is sent wide. Emerton receives it. Emerton, he throws it over to Capel. Capel to Brandon. To Chavez. Chavez shot. Rebound in front. Capel scores! Joey Capel picks up the 3rd goal of the game for the Vaughan Kings. And they are getting one step closer to finals territory.
One step closer indeed. Sammy Joey Capel has goals in back-to-back games, and he is playing phenomenal hockey right now. And you know what? That 3rd goal, that gives an insurance marker too. It separates the deficit to 2 for the Rebels to claw back from. So that's a very key goal from Joey Capel.
And Joey Capel really happy to get that one. You could see it in his celebration, jumping all around. He knows that if they hang on to this lead, they have a chance to win it all. As Power, the one who scored the 1st goal, got that back to D as Elaine goes in to attack for the Vaughan Kings. In the corner now with it are the Vaughan Kings. It's Colosimo who throws it around. Power up to attack against Balsamo. Colosimo, he sends that over to Kirkland. Kirkland, he elects just to dump that one in. Balsamo and Kruger go to attack. Kruger, he threw a body there. Balsamo, he also threw a shot over to Emerton. Balsamo rubbing up against Emerton. And it's the Rebels who come up with the puck. Tully, from the top of the circle, he wires that one, but it hits off of a body. Likely it was Clarence Elaine. And an arm is up after a big hit on the boards from Balsamo. He rocked number 97, Clarence Elaine. So we'll see what the call is here. It looks like it will be an interference. So a 2-minute power play here for the Vaughan Kings for interference.
Interference indeed, Sammy. And you know what? You saw Clarence Elaine fixing his helmet a little bit there. Balsamo, if you rock Clarence Elaine that hard that he has to fix his helmet, you know that that's a thunderous hit. And the referee not only decided that it was a thunderous hit, but it was also interference on the play. So definitely easy to notice when it's that big of a hit.
As a shot here is stopped by Betts. Rebound near goal as it was Betts having to go across. And look, the ref fixing the net. He took your advice from last game, Blake. As with it now is D'Alessio. He throws that over. A shot in front, and it pops out back to the point over to D'Alessio. D'Alessio over to Elaine. Elaine back to D'Alessio. Malhotra now with it. Malhotra drops it for D'Alessio. Now to Haig. Haig. Capel. In front, scores! Clarence Elaine, he puts it home, and it is 4-1 Rebels.
Draw the power play, score on the power play. Clarence Elaine, have yourself a shift in 2 there. Back-to-back shifts, very positive and very important.
Very positive and important indeed, drawing the penalty and scoring that pivotal goal pass from Cole Emerton rather than Joey Capel and Alexander Haig. Number 9 picking up another assist. What a playoffs it has been from Haig as the power play goal, and the power play is successful. And they now carry a 3-goal lead with 11:45 to go here in the second. The Rebels definitely on panic mode now. Yeah, Blake?
Definitely on panic mode. It's definitely not good to see Gavin Betts give up 4 goals in only a period and a little bit right now heading into the second period. So it's just hard to rely on your goaltender when he's not playing his best right now, especially when you've been relying on him for the majority of your playoff run.
And the majority of the season, it has been Betts stealing away the shows for the Mississauga Rebels. But the Vaughan Kings, they found a way to get it by him. It's dumped back into the zone by the Rebels. Zerwoski trying to move that one ahead. Down to play it is Bilecki. Bilecki way down deep in the zone as the Rebels go for a change. Now it's the Vaughan Kings breaking the other way. Capel, he takes it now. Capel cutting towards the net. He jumps on that puck, scores! Joey Capel, JK, it's 5-1 Kings.
JK, but no JK on that one because he is playing good. Not kidding. The referee may be kidding around on the ice. They're falling down. He gets a nice little warm side hug there from the Kings player, but Joey Capel has really turned it up for the Kings in this one. He got the first goal, not the first goal, the second. He has the second goal of the game and the period. Sammy mocking my mess up there, but you know what? You know who never messes up? Joey Capel.
Hey, if you can't make mistakes, then you're not willing to succeed. That's how you learn, right?
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
Oh, I mean, keep going, Blake.
I don't know the rest.
But I don't know what the rest of this game will entail, but what I do know, it has been thrilling so far and a strong Vaughan Kings performance.
It has been really strong. It has been pulsating, you could even say, of how good they've been in this second period right now. They have just big ice in their veins right now. They have just clutchness right now. And you know what? It might lead to an easy third period for them to just clutch up and seal this one off, as that net wasn't really sealed off by the referee, but he did do a good job of fixing it mid-play. I got a lot to say in there right now, but I'm going to hand it over to you because my voice is tired.
That's right. Blake, you can give yourself a rest, as the Vaughan Kings now, they can kind of rest knowing they're up 4 goals. All they have to do is carry that lead, not allow 4 straight as the Rebels did in this game, and they will be finals bound. Kicked out of the faceoff there is Clarence Elaine. So 1-7 will come in and replace 9-7 as Diorio loses that faceoff. 25 seconds left in the Rebels power play, as they have maybe 15 minutes left in their season unless they can tie it up. Malhotra on a breakaway here off the faceoff. Caleb Malhotra scores! Caleb Malhotra picks up the 6th goal of the game for the Vaughan Kings. And Malhotra, for him, that might be the dagger.
That may be the dagger in this one. You start off the third period with a bang. You kill all the hopes and dreams while shorthanded for the Mississauga Rebels. And you know what? I said to Caleb Malhotra, use your speed to crash towards the net, and he did it. So maybe a lot of players on the ice, a lot of referees are on the ice, are just listening to me. Finally now, my voice is heard. And you know what? The Vaughan Kings are certainly being heard out there with their dominant play.
And unless the Rebels can figure out something drastic here, it'll be the Vaughan Kings headed to the finals to face off against the North York Rangers. But it would be a miracle on ice if the Rebels could get this one back at least tied up at 6. They will need 6 goals, perhaps 7, to take the lead.
You know what? They are wearing red, white, and blue.
They are, so the omens are good for the Rebels, but they will need to show that in practice, as it is Levy taking it back into the zone. Now, Blake, we talked about the Rebels being down, I believe it was 3 goals at the time, and you said they just had to keep going. They're down 6-1. Mentally, are you out of it now if you're a member of the Mississauga Rebels?
Yes. Most definitely, yes. But you know what? You still have to keep trying out there. You got to do it for yourself, because you know what? Even though you're mentally out of it, you know you're not going to win this game. But you know what? You still have to just do it for your teammates. You got to do it for yourself. You've been playing with one another for months and months, an entire season together. You do not want to end like this. You don't want to end up by giving up and just playing like you're not a AAA hockey team. So just keep on playing and keep trying your best.
As Burlock tries his best on a shot there that is gloved by Justin Young. Young has looked so solid in this game ever since letting up that early goal from the first period. It was a Colton Woods and Karskadden connection that gave the Rebels some hope and the lead. As we see now, the clock is running as the Rebels are down by 5 goals in this game. So that will cut their chances of coming back in this game even more significantly. If they get closer, the clock would likely be stopped. As a chance here now for Joey Capel. He chops the backhand towards Gavin Betts. Gavin Betts gloves that one. It hit off the post and popped out to Joey Capel. I don't think anyone knew that would happen, least of all Joey Capel, but he smartly just goes for a backhand chop, gets the faceoff for the Kings.
And you know what we were talking about just a few moments ago about how the Rebels still shouldn't give up and just give up on their team, because what would be the point of playing hockey this season just to give up in the end? And you know what, Gavin Betts, he has let in 6 goals. Maybe he had one of not his best games in a long time, but he's still sticking around. He's still remaining in this game. He's still going to try his best and finish this one out, finish what he started.
And it is Gavin Betts that will remain in the net. You know, we were talking about it in the intermission. We were wondering if maybe the Rebels pull out Betts and throw in Lima for the last effort of the season, or the last potential effort of the season.
It definitely is still possible. We'll see if the Vaughan Kings can pot another one, or maybe if Betts gets tired, or even if they just want to get Lima some ice time in the last game of the GTHL season, because I assume they'll still make the OHL Cup after this. Well, they'll play against all the top teams in the OHL, or Ontario area. But it'd still be nice for Liam to get started up there, as he started off this GTHL season for the Rebels in the regular season.
Yeah, at one point he was the team's only goaltender, or at least the only goaltender that was showing up to all the games, at least the games that we saw here at the 6 hockey. As Zerwoski, one of the shining stars of the Rebels, certainly destined to go high in the priority selection draft. He sent that one down back into the zone of the Kings. It's Emerton pressured. He throws that one around for Malhotra. Malhotra just scored off the faceoff to start this third period. The Kings, they dump this one in. Betts out to play the puck. He plays it on the backhand. Jensen Geldart, it went just by his stick, but he keeps it in the zone. He only does that for about a second, as bringing it in now is Zerwoski. He drops that one over to Gaudry. Gaudry's shot is blocked. McGuckin on the rebound, but he can't get a shot through. Now turning the other way are the Kings. Zerwoski, good job to take that off the play. Gaudry fires that one just over the net of Justin Young. From the point now, it tips out to the Vaughan Kings. Bringing it in is Diorio. He sends that one across for D'Alessio. D'Alessio, you can always tell it's him out there with the white cage, as it's sent around by Tully to Tyler Clark. Tyler Clark, he intercepted that dump, as D'Alessio fires one off the blocker of Gavin Betts. It's kept in by Diorio. Diorio drops that over to the side. Taking it behind the net are the Vaughan Kings. It's Tyler Clark. It's Elaine now behind the net with it. Clarence Elaine battling, but it's Kruger who comes up with the puck. Kruger, he sends that one past the stick of Chiella. It'll go down the length of the ice. Robinson backtracking, but it will be an icing on the play. 9:53 to go in this match.
Yeah, 9:50, 49 actually, my apologies. It's actually counting down, so no matter what I say, I will be wrong. So, but yes, either way, there's not much time left for the Rebels to get anything going. They'll likely just delay the inevitable.
But they will try their best to at least soften the blow, as they'll dump this one over to Colton Woods. Woods, he tries to get that one across over to Karskadin. Karskadin, he battles on the sideboards. He gets it over to Colosimo. Colosimo goes across the point. Firing is Josh Gordon. Gordon's shot just went wide after a Justin Young save. It's sent down to the length of the ice. This time the other way, a rare icing for the Vaughan Kings in this one, and it will be a face-off inside the Vaughan Kings zone.
They don't ice the puck much, but it comes at a point where they're up 6-1 in this game. So you know what? Maybe you'll save your ice for the most opportune times.
And it would be a face-off inside the zone nonetheless, even if there had not been an icing, because it's D'Alessio headed to the box there. I believe it was for an interference. We saw a couple of different signals here from the ref, but now another shorthanded chance for Malhotra nearly unfolding there. A different unit than we're used to here from the Mississauga Rebels. Maybe just trying to work things out, or maybe potentially just trying to use different guys, as this season could very well be over in the next 8 minutes. Bringing it in is Cole Zerwoski. Zerwoski cutting towards the net. He almost fires that one by Young. Centering pass over to Gaudry. Young gets across the crease just in time, and the net once again off the peg. Pardon me, the net was slightly askew, but the ref calling for a high stick as well.
So 2 for the price of 1 on the whistle there. Got to call on the high stick, and you'll get over there to fix the net.
That's right. And so what's interesting about this, the clock running, so is the power play. So if D'Alessio, they do not score a power play goal, he will be in there for less than 2 real game played minutes, as it's sent into the corner. A centering pass over to Gaudry. Gaudry just rings one off the post. the Rebels. They're generating some good offense. Credit where credit is due on this power play. Just haven't been able to put one by Justin Young as McGuckin gets that one over the point. A shot from the point is stopped as Zerwoski attempts to get a piece of it. It's kept in at the point by Tully. Tully chops that one over to McGuckin. McGuckin trying to find Tully, but now it is Alexander Haig. Haig cutting towards the middle. Alexander Haig tries to fire it, and he backhands that one well wide of the net. He'll go for a change and be replaced by Diorio. Tyler Clark with it now in the corner. Short-handed, he gets rocked behind the play, but he doesn't seem too fazed by that as Zerwoski gave him a good shot. Tyler Clark goes back to defend. Diorio trying to go after Zerwoski. Nice move to get it around Tyler Clark. Cole Zerwoski on the backhand sends that one over across to Gaudry. With it now is Zerwoski to the point. Shot there is stopped by Young. Rebound, and that is swallowed up by Young. Emerton and the Vaughan Kings defense team, as I guess you would say, the PK unit, are there to protect him, and they shove a couple Rebels outside of the crease.
The PK unit can also finally rest now as we're back to even strength, as the time will still trickle down there. D'Alessio got to spend the least amount of time you could possibly spend probably in the penalty box.
Without being scored on. That's right, as the Kings not scored on once again, so another flawless penalty kill from them. They've done a good job at that all season. As it's Jake Power, he scored the first goal of the game. He turned this one around for the Kings, battling up against the sideboards against Chiella and Kirkland. Now Emerton and Kirkland are fighting against each other. Emerton's knocked down by Kirkland. No call on the play. Colosimo, he wires one. It hits off the stick and foot of Capel. It looks like as he is kind of favoring that right leg. It's sent around back into the zone of the Kings. Capel, he tries to dump that one out, and eventually it's helped out by Cole Emerton. Some good hand-eye shown by Colosimo, as we saw a little bit of a collision there in the middle of the ice, and now a collision there between Christian Colosimo and number 92, Gage Brandon, as it's sent over to the sideboards. Emerton takes it behind his own net. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the Rebels season. If they cannot put up 5 goals in the next 5 minutes, they will be done. It will be the Vaughan Kings heading to the finals. As Tyler Clark, he dumps that one in. Tully receives it for the Rebels behind his own net. Tully, he sends this one up the boards. It's a battle, and Diorio is trying to find it in his feet, but Karskadin finds it before he does. The Rebels, they send that one back in their own zone to regroup. Dumping it in is Matthew Hobbs. Out to play is Justin Young behind his net. He starts the breakout. A nice pass to Elaine as now Diorio goes for a rush. Alessandro Diorio cutting towards the middle of the net, trying to get it around Hobbs. He does, but then loses it quickly behind the play. Dumped in now, and Justin Young once again way out of his net to play it. Nearly a turnover from him there. We saw a turnover from Gavin Betts leading to a Joey Capel goal back here in Westwood Arena earlier in this series, as a shot is blocked there by Zerwoski. Brandon couldn't really get it off. D'Alessio fires one to the middle, but nothing doing here, as now the Rebels go the other way. Favoring his leg is, I believe that is Tully behind the play, so we'll see if he is okay. He got a piece of that puck. It's now a battle at the blue, and it seems like Blake got a better angle of it than I did.
Yeah, I was just about to say he seemed to just got Charlie horse when he got blocked by the puck there.
As now it is rimmed around by Robinson, and a chance emerges here for Alexander Haig. Alexander Haig in all alone, scores! Alexander Haig gets the extra point. It is 7-1 here for Vaughn.
It's getting ugly now, and unfortunately it is 7-1 like you just said. A tough way to end the season for the Mississauga Rebels, but it's all King's glory right now for Vaughn.
That's right, the Vaughan Kings. Congratulations. I'm not afraid to jinx it now. You will be headed to the finals.
And I don't think you will jinx it, Sammy, not just because it's nearly impossible to come back from this, but last game, we even forgot to mention, you quote-unquote jinxed Justin Young unintentionally, but Justin Young defied all odds, the hockey gods, and got the shutout still. And you know what? I think you could say anything, Sammy, and there will be no effect.
As a great save there from Gavin Betts. Has no effect on the score, but maybe has some effect on his confidence. And 2:40 left to go. It will be the Vaughan Kings facing off against the North York Rangers. in the finals. The Vaughan Kings once again avoid being sent to the brink of elimination. They've only lost one game so far this playoffs. It was the Rangers who defeated the Marlboros along the likes of Adam Valentini, Weston Cameron, and Pierce Bowie. It was a great fought series from the Rangers, and the Rangers coming in with confidence. They'll face one of the best teams in hockey here. That is the Vaughan Kings. The time is not done yet, so this game may not end at 7-1. The Rebels going for one last push as that's intercepted, but topped out at the blue line. Emerton comes in. Emerton wires that one into the glove of Gavin Betts. And the clock is running, and you just see kind of the Rebels players taking their time going to the face-off dot, because I think it's settled in now that their season is done. And what a miraculous season it was.
It was a miraculous season. I'm sure that a lot of these players are going to advance to further levels. Gavin Betts, Alex Karskadin, Cole Zerwowski, obviously Gaudry. You have guys like Cameron Tully. Balecki is going to go high, certainly in the OHL draft. Owen McGuckin, I'm sure. They're all going to have phenomenal careers ahead of them. So, you know what? This might be the last time they play with some of their closest friends, but it won't be the last time they play a high-level hockey. So we'll have to see where they progress to in future years.
Certainly not, as it will be dumped out by the Vaughan Kings. And just a minute left to go in this game. A chance now for Brandon. Brandon doesn't get all of the shot here as Gaudry tries to fire that one up for Zerwowski. Zerwowski with the last chance here, trying to get it around Levy. Zerwowski on the sideboards. He's still battling, still fighting hard for the Rebels. As the Vaughan Kings, they take it into the zone of the Mississauga Rebels. The Rebels with one last opportunity perhaps on their sticks. Their season is ending, but the game is not just over yet as Levy takes it behind the net. Levy throwing it over to Power. Power dumping it down the length of the ice. And we'll see if they dribble this one out. And it looks like they will. It's 16.8 seconds left. And by the time I'm done talking, it will be 10. And that will do it for this one. Congratulations, Vaughn. You are headed to the finals. You'll take on the Rangers here at the 6 Hockey.